Hey, how you doing, YouTube? This your boy Troy, man. And if there's anything I can do to make this page better, let me know. Drop it in the comments below, man. This called sports talk and etc. And this your boy Troy. We finna get in the wild card weekend, super wild card weekend. One of my favorite weekends in all of football, man. Outside of Super Bowl weekend, we got 6 games in 3 days. So let's get to it. We got the Rams and the Panthers. That's too high of a line. They got the Rams winning by 10 points. I don't see that happening. You got the Rams defense, the run defense struggles. The pass defense is pretty good. Overall, as a defensive unit, they're pretty good. I think Carolina is going to be overwhelmed. I don't see them being able to do much. They kind of struggle to move the ball, things of that nature. They got a losing record and won their division for a reason. Division is not all that great. They did beat the Rams earlier this year, so I think they are going to come in and give the Rams all that they got. I think they're going to give them all that they got, man, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going to take the Rams in this one, and I'm going to take them 26-21. 26-21 Rams over the Carolina Panthers. I like Bryce Young. I like what he's doing. I like how they run the football with Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. Matthew Stafford, he's had an MVP type season. More than likely, it's going to be the MVP. You get Devontae Adams back, leading the league in receiving touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. 14 touchdowns and missed like 3 games. He's been great for them, especially in the red zone. You got Puka Nacua, who is a machine catching the ball. You know, he's almost like he's replaced Cooper Kupp very well. And, you know, they got a good running game, too, with Kyron Williams. I like what they do on offense. Of course, they got Sean McVay. He's a great play caller, things of that nature. And, you know, I just think it's going to be a little too much. All right, we move on to the next game. We got the Packers and the Bears, which I believe is going to be a very good game. It's going to be a close game. You're talking about two teams that hate each other, don't like each other, going up against each other tonight. I think when I look at the Bears, I've been impressed with this team all season long. I've been impressed with this team all season long. Even more so in their losses, I've been impressed with this team. They play very good football. I like Ben Johnson. The system that he's running, they run the football well. Their defense might be their Achilles heel. I think they get turnovers, though. They make up for their lack of, you know, stopping teams on third downs and giving up a lot of yards and things like that by turning teams over. They turn teams over pretty often, and that gives the offense more opportunities. And, you know, they're going to pound the rock. They're going to stick to what they are. They got a good game plan most of the time, and they're prepared to play. Caleb Williams is playing very well. He's playing lights out. I like the way he's grown as a quarterback outside of painting his fingernails and all that old stuff. He's maturing. I like what I see from the Bears. The Packers, Jordan Love's coming back into the fold. He's been inconsistent. They don't have Michael Parsons. I don't know if the pass rush is going to be able to get there like they need to, but I still see them giving the Bears a pretty good game. I'm gonna take the Bears, and I'm gonna take them 26-20. Take the Bears 26-20 over the Green Bay Packers. Okay, let's get to the next game. We've got the Bills and the Jaguars. Very good game. Very good game. Very good matchup. I like Trevor Lawrence. I gotta give him some props because I've been tough on Trevor Lawrence. I haven't always been that impressed with him, but now he's got a good team around him. He got some players, not all big name players, but they play very well. They play good complementary football. They've been good all year long. They do a lot. They do a lot. They're good on all 3 phases of the thing, and I don't think they're just exceptional at either one of them, but they're good at all 3 of them. The defense is not a lockdown defense, but they're a very good defense. The offense is not just that explosive, but they get the job done. They're pretty good. And the special teams, they do well. Trevor Lawrence is coming into his own, though. You know, I see a little more fire to him, a little more spunk to him. He's playing well. And when I look at Josh Allen, I think it's a gift and a curse. Him being a transcendent player, I think sometimes they lean a little too much on Josh, but at the same time, he can take games over. I don't think he's got enough pieces, and I think the just Jacksonville being a better team overall, more than likely, it's probably gonna send them home, pack it again, and it's bad because I'm gonna say this about the Bills, and I've been saying this all week. If they can't get to the playoffs without, not the playoffs, the Super Bowl without Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow, by the way, being out of the playoffs, I don't know if they're ever gonna get there. I don't know if they're ever gonna get there, man, but they should get there. They very well should get there, man. But they got the best quarterback left. They don't have the one that's playing as well. Now, Drake May is playing exceptionally well. Me being a Patriot fan, I'm not being biased on that. He is playing very well, but this is about the Bills and the Jaguars. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to take the Jaguars. I'm going to give them a slight edge over Buffalo. I'm going to say the score's going to be 28-24 Jacksonville. Jacksonville over Buffalo. And I'm taking Jacksonville mainly because they're at home, but would I be surprised if Josh Allen takes that game over? No, I won't. That might be the game of the week. Might be. Okay, we move on. We got the Chargers and the Patriots. That's going to be a tough one. I'm a Patriots fan, by the way. So, forgive me if I'm being a little biased, but I'm not going to be like that. I'm going to be fair. The Chargers got a very good defense. I love to watch Justin Herbert play. I like the way he spin the ball. They run the football well. They got great coaching. It's hard to move the ball against them or score against them. The Chargers got a very good defense. We have a solid defense. Now, one thing that I worried about with us, have we been battle tested enough? We've had a pretty light schedule, but I'm going to say this. I'm going to counter this on this right here. When you look at the schedule, we knew what the schedule was a long time ago, and they still didn't pick us to win many games. We won 10 games in a row. We won 13 out of the last 14. So that's still impressive, okay? And I like our quarterback. He's on fire. The defense got some people coming back. Some people, I think Spillane, I don't know if he's going to play or not, but you got Barmore coming back and to solidify that run defense, and hopefully that works in our favor because we've been struggling on the run since some of these guys been out. And I ain't making excuses, but getting some pieces back helps around this time of year. Normally the healthiest team is the one that prevails. So I'm looking up for us to take this game, man. I think we're going to win. I don't see it being that high score of a game. I'm going to say 23-17 New England. 23-17. I'm going to take us because, especially them playing us up. Nobody wants to go really play in New England. It's cold there. It could be snowing, whatever. I don't think it's at that point right now, but it's going to be I think it's going to be a long day for the Chargers trying to move against us. Now, if they come in there and hit us in the mouth early, there's nothing we're going to be able to do. There's not. We don't really want to get behind. But, I'm going to take us, what did I say the score was again? 23-17 New England. 23-17 New England. Okay, let's move on to the 49ers and Eagles. This is a very interesting game. You got strength on strength. A team that can run the football well and a team that is very stingy against the run with their front seven with Jalen Carter. Ever since they got Jaden Phillips, they've been a lot better up front, getting to the quarterback, just causing all kind of disruptions. I've seen them on a lot of, fourth down and third down stops that are very important. They've been really holding this team together. They've struggled on offense as well, the Eagles have, but I think they'll be fine. They know what it takes to win the Super Bowl. Now, do I think they're going to get back to the Super Bowl or win it? I really don't, but I think they'll be able to I think they'll, be able to get somewhere. They're playing the 49ers. 49ers are not a slouch either. They got a very good running game. I like Brock Purdy, and I like what he brings to the table. They got a good collective of pieces. But I think they're missing a little too many people at this time, man. You talking about every time you look up, man, somebody's out on the defensive end. Is Trent Williams going to be healthy this week? We really don't know. I think he's playing. I don't remember if he's playing or not. I got to go back and look, but that's gonna be key because they're gonna have to slow down this pass rush for the Eagles. The Eagles are coming. It's gonna be, I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be cold there up north. A lot of these teams up north, man, they're pretty good. In these cold weather teams, normally a lot of the ones that's hoisted up Super Bowl trophies, if you really look back at it, cold weather teams normally are better at this time of year if they can get places, they can play in their building. But I'm gonna take the Eagles, man. I'm gonna take the Eagles. I don't see this to be a high scoring game either. I'm gonna say the Eagles 21-17 Eagles. I'm gonna take 21-17 Eagles. That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think A.J. Brown will be able to make some tough catches, and Jalen Hurts is gonna make a few throws, maybe 2 or 3 throws, man, that's gonna really turn the game. I give him that. Now we get to the last game that's on the slate. Steelers and the Texans. I was talking to my friend Will, I might see him in the comments, Will Thomas, about this game earlier, and I ain't want to give him too much because, you know, I knew I was going to come on here and start recording, but this is a tough one because you got Aaron Rodgers. He's a veteran. I'm not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. I'm really not, but I can't deny the man's talent. The man can spin the football, and his ball placement is very good. He knows how to take advantages like young defensive backs and things of that nature. I hear a lot about what he did last week against Baltimore. Now, let's just be all the way transparent. They're supposed to lose last week. They were supposed to lose that game. Lamar Jackson got them down there, and there's a lot of players on Baltimore that don't do their job when Lamar has done his. But that's a whole nother issue. The Steelers' offensive line is better than what I thought they would be. They got a pretty strong defense. They're going to be at home. It's going to be tough. Houston normally don't play very well in cold weather games. You know, I'm a Houstonian, but I'm not a Texas fan. Born and raised in Houston, Texas. But I'm taking the Texans, and I'm going to tell you why. Before I even started talking about the Texans, their defense is lights out, and they got the perfect formula. They can rush forward, get pressure without blitzing and sending extra guys in. You can only send out 5 guys, and you got the quarterback. They can sit up there and have 7-on-6 or 7-on-5. They can, they got DK Metcalf. Okay, they can double him, and I feel like they can win one-on-one with Thielen and some of these other guys with the defensive backs that they have. Really, you might see some one-on-one with Thielen on Metcalf because they don't have to cover long. This defense knows how to get to the quarterback. They got a very good pass rush, and that's why I think this game is going to be won or lost along the defensive and offensive lines on both sides, man. It's going to be a battle of wheels in there. But I don't see Aaron Rodgers standing back there taking a cup of cocoa and being able to deliver the ball like he did last game. I don't see him being able to do that. And I know how Aaron Rodgers plays. He doesn't like to throw picks. I think it's going to have some quick 3-and-outs. I think Texas is going to hit them in the mouth early. This might be the widest margin game. I really feel like, because I don't see the Steelers being able to score against this team. The Texans don't give up a lot of points. Now, they gave up some points last week against the Colts. I don't think they were too worried about that. They already know they're going to the playoffs, things like that. They did win. They prevailed. The defense didn't look that good last week, but they've been solid all year long. They only give up 16, 17 points a game. That's nothing in today's game. But more or less, I think they're going to come in there and shut them down because Aaron Rodgers, he can't run. He's a sitting duck, and them guys are coming. Now, the only way the Texans lose this game is it will be on Stroud in the offense or the play caller or something like that. But this defense is legit. And when you got a defense like that, it travels. It travels, and I think they'll be fine. This one, like I said, it'll be my widest margin game. I feel like I'm going to take the Texans 24-14 over Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be a long day for Aaron Rodgers. And that's pretty much what I got. So let's go back and review. I got the Rams. I've got the Bears. I've got Texans. I got the Jaguars. I got the Patriots. And the Eagles. Those are my picks for this week. Now, Let me know what you think about it in the comments. We can have a debate. I'll try to respond to people. I don't have a lot of subscribers, so I'll be able to reply to y'all, talk a little trash, do what we got to do. And, you know, I love you all, and I really appreciate y'all if y'all comment, man. Let's start us a little community and make this more than what it could be. You know, my plans in the end, I want to try to start up a podcast or something like that, and not just talk sports. Talk about other things. It could be something going on in the world. We can talk about the Lord. I love to talk about that because I'm a preacher. Anything you want to talk about, anything is welcome. And, you know, I'm going to try to give you as much interaction as I can. And, you know, I love everybody, man. And just tune in. Drop your comments. Talk trash. Do what you got to do. Y'all have a nice day now. And I'll be back after these games to show some reactions. I don't know yet if I'm going to do them game after game or if I might just wait till all of them are done and talk about what I saw. But I will be watching, and I know you will. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day, man.